To you today, welcome to yet another edition of Monday 2015 as we count down towards February 14, the D-Day. Now we are agog and everybody's agog talking about democracy, talking about what not, campaigns all over the place, and we have people shouting, it will be smooth, it will be peaceful, it will be hectic, it will be violent. Well, today again we're continuing in our tour. Welcome again to the program. My name is Jumoke, and with me on the show this evening is Anire.
Definitely. Thanks, for joining us today this evening. As Adesua said, it is important for us to know where we're going, in our polity. A lot has been said about the politics that we do in Nigeria, and on today's program, there's a need for us to take a deep look, at the threats that may come up. Is it, like she's rightly said, is it going to be peaceful? Mm-hmm. Are we going to have issues? Mm-hmm. We already hear that some people are traveling out of the country. Of course, the federal government has refuted that claim, that people are still in the country. Mm-hmm. So it is very important for us to look and see how it is really going to go. Right. Is it going to be peaceful or is it going to be violent? So it is important for us to see the threats towards this nascent democracy that we cherish so much.
Right,
so
nascent democracy, yes, nascent democracy. I mean, just recently we had a guest on the show who was talking about democracy, and he said nascent democracy. Well, his concern was with that word nascent democracy. We have a nurturing democracy. Democracy is not imported. I mean, it's something we have to, it's a culture we live with. It's about us. And so why should we not want it to be successful?
Exactly.
So we have a package this evening. We went to town with sample people's opinion about some of these threats, some basic threats to things could affect democracy. Let's listen to this package. It's to democracy today on the show. And we've been joined in the studio this evening by Barrister Justice Uhuegbu, who is a human rights lawyer. Welcome to the studio this evening.
Good evening. It's my pleasure.
Nice having you.
Thanks for joining us.
All right, Barrister, you just watched the clip there. We've had a lot of submissions by the people who will listen to there, talking about various threats to democracy. Well, something struck me. One of them said he doesn't have time for this stupid nonsense. And another one said we're all matured, we know what is right. Then if we all know what is right, does it mean that do spirits come out to fight during campaigns, or what exactly, where do we stand? Well, what do you think could be the basis for the problems we have during campaigns?
Well, I think, truly speaking, the major problem is from the gladiators. That is, the core politicians themselves. Because, let me give you an example. Yesterday, we had a report that two people were killed somewhere at a game. And you look at it side by side. These young men or young women that are being killed, most of them don't even know these candidates. They will not even have access to them until they die. So, but the major problem there is the problem of leadership and followership. If you're a leader, if you're a good leader, you are bound to have good followers. If you're a bad leader, you're bound to have bad followers. Though, in my own definition, they are not leaders, they are rulers. Because as far as I'm concerned, you don't struggle to be a leader, rather you struggle to be a ruler.
Campaign is not. Do you think campaign is struggling to be a leader?
Yes, that is the thing, because you are campaigning. You are trying to convince people to vote for you. Okay. You are trying to buy people's conscience, people's idea, convincing them, I am the best among every other person. But there are matured ways to do it. There are more positive and constructive ways to do it. In law, I want to say rex ipsa loquitur. The act speaks for itself. And generally, a person cannot give what he does not have. And that is why you are to confront the people. Tell them what you feel you can do that the present administration is not doing, and how you want to go about it, and not using frivolous propaganda and incitements that will make people to start going to the street to fight and all the rest. In fact, with what is happening in Nigeria, to tell you the truth, I am of the opinion that we should even abolish party system and have a no party system.
How would that work?
It will work. The problem here is I am APC, I am PDP, I am this, I am this. The moment you become a member of this political party, you're automatically an enemy to the other political party. It's not supposed to be like that. But if we run a level playing ground where everybody goes to the field, your credibility and integrity now speaks for you as an individual. It's no more a political party affair. Now, for example, look at what is happening in Nigeria. In the National Assembly, a member of a political party will commit a crime or an eyesore. All the members of that political party will support that person. Is it right? That is to tell you, they are no longer playing the politics for the interest of Nigerians. They are not playing party politics. And that is why I have said, as far as I'm concerned, I have not seen any political party. The political parties in Nigeria, they have failed us. In the first place, these things were even clamoring. Many of these political parties today, Nigerians do not even know their manifesto. That was already. That is the truth. Check in the first Republic and Second Republic, people followed or joined political parties because of the manifesto.
The ideology.
Yeah, you look at the manifesto, compare it side by side with other political parties. The one your conscience agrees, you follow. Obama never went on the street to incite people to go and start fighting people. He used the social media. Yes, we can. That was his slogan. People were responding. He was telling you, he went on a debate, online debate. People were asking him questions and he was responding. Today, how many of our political aspirants or candidates are ready to come out for a public debate right from the councillorship? Because they know they don't have anything to offer.
Now, would it be right then to say that the issue of manifestos is a major threat also to this?
If you remember, during the First Republic, we'll have something like NCNC, UPN, and all the. There are some political parties we know that their major ideology is that we want to make sure that there is free education, and they work towards it. We want to make sure that we focus on agriculture. And you see, this issue of 10-point agenda, 100-point agenda, 3-point agenda, that is why I told you they have gradually deviated from the norms of political parties, now introducing their own ideas. And that is why they are being too callous about it.
Okay. Like when we're watching the package that we presented now, the voice on the streets, a lot of them did mention some few things, you know, that they think contribute so much to a threat to our democracy or democracy anywhere. And they talked about corruption, they talked about ethnicity and what have you.
Security and all of that.
Insecurity. I know there are lots of other issues that could actually lead, you know, to that fear. It will be, I would really want us to begin to name them and begin to break them down, you know, so our people will know these things, and probably in the course of, you know, our discuss, we'll find a way forward.
Is it simplicity? Have you asked yourself a question? Why do the Constitution simply stated that the main aim of government is for the welfare and security of the citizens? Welfare first. Before what?
Before security.
If there is a good welfare package, security will be at a very minimal stage. If everybody is engaged, let's assume that 90% of Nigerians, youths, when we talk about Nigerians, forget about the old men and old women. They are gone. We are talking about the youths. Me, I'm sure, with all due respect, that on the day of election, if anything happens, most of you will cannot even run. You will not even come. It's we that will face the battle. Now, if 90% of the youths in this country are empowered, tell me why there should be security threats. Tell me who you will convince to go and carry ballot paper, or who you will give money to go and stab the other on an altar of making somebody to be there. So these are the issues. Secondly, somebody talked about ethnicity. That is tribalism. Let me tell you one thing. I have been sounding this sound of warning, and I'll say it again. I have an NGO, Association for Good Governance, and we came up with a proposal which we are about to send to the National Assembly. And not until we implement that, we keep on having problems in this country. What we call the Wonder Bill.
The Wonder Bill?
Yes.
What about it?
The Wonder Bill, it was what made Obama to become president of America today. By implication, Obama is an African.
Yeah.
His house could be traced to where? Kenya. Not until we get to the stage where an Igbo man can stay in Lagos State and become a governor in Lagos State. A Yoruba man can stay in Owerri and become a governor in Imo State. An Hausa man can stay in Bayelsa State and become a governor. We will not get it right. And what am I talking about? The Wonder Bill. And what is this Wonder Bill all about? Anywhere you go in this country today, you're looking for a job, you're looking for anything. Once you're given a form to fill, you will see state of origin, local government of origin. Those things are then necessary. What you should have is place of birth. Your place of birth becomes your domicile. And that is why in America today, once you're born in America, you are an American citizen. So a citizen is a citizen. The Constitution says citizenship and not indigenship. And that is one of the problems we're having.
Okay. So
and until we do that, an Hausa man will not see a Yoruba man and an Igbo man as an outsider. When there is a problem in the north, they start killing the Igbos and the Yorubas. Okay. Why? Because they are not seeing you as a Nigerian. But we say one Nigeria. We should tell ourselves the truth.
Now, talking about this Wonder Bill, you know, I feel what you're saying. Talking about, we had a show recently and something similar came up. When you talk about the Wonder Bill, it's not something that's going to start tomorrow or today.
It's very simple.
It has to start from us, from the home. It has to start from you telling your child. Like I said, it is very, I think probably it's high time for us to have a subject included in the curriculum where you talk patriotism. It has to start from the cradle. That's the way I feel. Don't you think so?
See, why is it that why it seems that Nigerians are not patriotic is because Nigerians has lost faith and interest in government. They do not trust the government, both at the state level, local government level, and federal government level. Let me tell you one thing. What the Nigerian government needs to do is to enshrine it in our constitution, the Wonder Bill. I don't know whether you understand me. You don't need to preach it, you don't need to teach it. No. And by the time we get to that stage, some of these problems will solve itself. So the issue of teaching it in the school and all the rest becomes immaterial. But the truth is this: when you look at the way we are going in this country, somebody talked about corruption. Let me tell you of the truth. There is corruption all over the world. Osman Danfodio, as at so many years ago, he made a comment. He said corruption is a cankerworm which has eaten deep into Nigerian system. So if there will be corruption in then, which means by now it's no longer a cankerworm, it's now a caterpillar. But to tell you the truth, the major problem we have in Nigeria is not even corruption.
So what is it?
What? Impunity.
Impunity.
Yes. Because impunity works side by side with what? Corruption. Two of them are like husband and wife. And that is why there's corruption everywhere, in America, in UK, and everywhere. But if you're caught,
there's some punitive
they will break the shell of anything that is covering you and make sure they get at you. Today is here. I think is it not Thailand or what? Their prime minister is facing a criminal charge. Can it happen in Nigeria? Where there is impunity. Where an ordinary councillor will tell you that I will kill you and nothing will happen. Actually, haven't we not for? Why? Because it's a cabal. A country where a party chairman will be going on convoy with security men. And you're talking about insurgents, you're talking about kidnapping. Policemen that are supposed to guide the nation, there are 10, 20 people are guiding only one person. And confirming what John Major said in Animal Farm, that all animals are equal, but some more are equal. But they forgot that we're no longer in the era of Animal Farm. What are we saying?
Now, does that mean then that politicians are also threats to democracy?
They are the threat themselves. Yes, look at, for example, I don't know, as I yesterday today, I was reading what Asari Dokubo was saying about the attack on the president convoy. Why would the president the number one citizen, chief executive officer, go for a campaign and he will be attacked.
Now you talked about politicians being the problem to democracy. Would you say those people who attacked the convoy were just people who came to the campaign ground?
Were they acting on their own? Let me tell you, a law, section 7 of the criminal code provided what we call principal offenders, and it says anybody who counsels, who procure, who solicits, who advise, who abet or aid in committing of an offense is deemed to have committed that offense. By implication, when you incite somebody to do an act, you have done that act yourself.
But we don't have any evidence.
Yeah, that is what we'll always say, and that is the problem of Nigeria. Now let me tell you something. If something should happen. A typical example of what happened. He was attacked because it is PDP rally, and the people that attacked them were what? APC members. Where is the instruction coming from? The presumption is APC, in as much as it could be denied. What happened in Agege yesterday or what was the same thing. Somebody was posting poster, PDP poster, and somebody who claimed to be an APC member went and tore it, and they started having rancor. They started fighting. Those things are then necessary. If there had not been one word or the other, you have told your people, don't worry, do it, nothing will happen, we will be there. Would they do it?
No, I don't want to believe that, because there are sometimes you notice that people who are at the top don't even know what these people are going through.
My sister, you see, you should know me very well by this time. I don't pretend. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Let me tell you, Julius Nyerere of Tanzania said something. He said, until we return back to the truth, we must persist and continue in error. And he added something. He said, for that which is holy is not good to be given to the dogs for them to trample upon. The holy things of this country, which is leadership, have been given to the dogs. I'm not accusing only APC. It is also the same to PDP. Some PDP members also are tearing APC banners and posters. And these are things that aggravate anger.
Now, you said something when we wanted to start the program. You talked about people run into trouble, that even the leaders of the party don't even get to know them until they die. So I'm referring this to the issue of people tearing posters. You know, for example, a leader will not tell. I don't think a leader will be who will tell some of his followers to go and tear someone else's poster. I don't think so.
I love that. A leader will not do that, but a ruler will do it. And remember what I told you: we don't have leaders. What we have is what? Rulers. People that want to be there by act or by omission, by hook or by crook. I used to say something. Let me tell you the truth. You talked about patriotism. What is patriotism all about? Sacrifice,
commitment, loyalty,
capacity, making your own input to make sure that things work. Let me give you an example. That I contested for governorship in a state or anywhere, and maybe I looked at whether it is justified or not, will not make me not to still contribute my quota to the state.
Yeah, because it's not the end of the world.
My focus is the people.
Okay.
And not myself. If I genuinely believe, the only problem we have in Nigeria is that we have this doctrine of divide and rule. Hey, who pays the piper, pays the tune. Nothing stops APC government in Lagos State from corrupting, after winning an election, from corrupting well-meaning PDP members they feel that can help the government. And nothing stops President Jonathan as a PDP president to corrupt APC members as ministers, advisors, and all the rest. Because at the end of the day, you ask yourself, what is our interest? Is it not for Nigeria? Must it be your party? Let's assume there's no party.